Hello, Aquarius. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general brief you've been dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, Valkyrie 3 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Hmm. Okay. Try and be nice about this one. I said try. There's a Seven of Swords reversed. Thief. Okay, with the tower on top of the deck. Does a leopard change its spots? Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Huh? What? I see what you, goodness gracious. What the fuck is that? A couple more and I'll jump into this. I'm responding the way I am because I'm like, where is this going? This is weird. Okay, this is so very weird, Aquarius. Okay, so jumping into this, I fucking gotta readjust because what the fuck? I understand that. This is actually lining up very similarly to Libra, who they were asking about or dealing with. I mean, a week or two ago, is about, I think 2 weeks ago, I saw this energy. But jumping into this, Aquarius, there's clearly a lot going on and taking place that they feel like they're up against and facing with not only with you, specifically with you, but also with you in the sense of what the two of you are kind of, in together. That makes sense. They're tired. Energetically speaking, they are fucking tired. They're kind of saying hustle and grind energy. They're fucking tired. They're doing what they got to do. It's just they're also kind of being very specific with, does the end, in a sense, does the financial end justify the means? It's that there's, when you think of it, work, money, jobs, careers. How do you make your money? How do you get your bread? That's what seems to be in question. Like I said, they'll do what they got to do, but I don't understand why there's a situation of, well, what about you, Aquarius? What about you? I kind of feel like I don't know how that goes hand in hand, but hmm. Is it the circles that they run in, or the circles that you run in, or the circles that the both of you run in? What is that? Because once again, they just emphasize like they just can't wait for shit to be done with, and it's like with that world card there, it's just um, Crosswatcher. I kind of have a sense of what you are saying, but I need to kind of clarify a little bit more. Another what, and I need to clarify a little bit more in order to deliver that message. So I have an idea of what you're saying, but it's not there yet. Um, I see it, but it's not there yet. Like I said, with for example, I'm just gonna rant here a little bit. Libra was dealing with someone that was kind of like their person or whoever they were dealing with felt like Libra was being just this constant tease, and there was no follow through or no follow up action. There was no exchange or reciprocity, intimacy wise. It was just one giant tease. That's how they felt about Libra. Um, well, there you are, Aquarius. So are you saying it's the same thing, Crosswatcher, where it's kind of like you're doing what you got to do, and even though Aquarius is around, you're like, like what is that energy about or towards Aquarius, where you're like, yeah, there you are in Aquarius. So let me see. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Speaking of Libra, there's Libra. Like I said, they don't energetically Aquarius. What they're kind of emphasizing is they don't feel it. They don't feel it, and then that goes back to the same, like I said, the same reference of Libra and who they were asked about are dealing with about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, um, where their person or whoever they were dealing with felt like Libra was just all like for show, and it's sort of like there was no action, there was no intimacy, there was no like nothing was going on, no romance, no whatever. no affection, no whatever. This is what this feels like. They emphasize like they're trying to be positive. They're trying to stay, keep their head up. But for some reason, with the connection between the two of you, they're like, I just don't fucking feel it. I just don't feel it. I mean, that is a lot of energy for them to see you and perceive you in Aquarius, and then for them to not feel it. And this is one of those dynamics where they start to question and wonder, like, where are you actually at? What they're emphasizing is, where are you actually at, Aquarius? Because, like I said, the way they view you and perceive you, and the way they go about trying to like navigate the situation, the dynamic, they're like, for example, it's like one of those situations where I don't know, someone will go on, for example, someone will go on a date with 100 people. Let's just say nothing happens, but they go on a date with 100 people, and then the 101st person that they choose, they don't act the same. Let's just say, for example, they try to be like fun and flirty and affectionate and touchy and whatever on 100 dates, but then they choose the 101 person, and it's like none of that is existent. They're kind of like, what the fuck? And their reasoning might be, oh, I don't want to treat you that way. And your response might be like, what way? No way? Like, so you're saying you'll be that way for 100 people, but you won't be, let's just say, affectionate or touchy or filly for me. It kind of leaves you wondering, then why are we here then? Oh, you're different. Yes. But that doesn't mean it's like that's not important. I was like, another example is like, oh, I broke up with an ex. I used to shower them with gifts. That was kind of their love language. But now you're with a new person, and they're like, well, how come you never get me anything? Oh, my ex. I'm not your ex. How come you don't get me anything? Oh, I don't want to treat you that way. Treat me what way? I'm not your ex. I'm not your past people. I know, Crosswatcher. I know. Like, you have to let go of the past. You cannot hold, it's interesting, you can't hold the past against your present and your future. Because what's going to happen is, oh, my past, oh, my past, oh, the past, oh, the past. It's going to constantly keep coming up in the present and prevent the future from actually taking place. They're like, they kind of, fasten your seatbelts, Crosswatcher. They kind of buckled themselves in. They're like, oh, fuck, here we go. Yeah, I don't see you that way. You're right. You shouldn't see me that way. You shouldn't see me the same way you see and view your past. But you should see me with what I'm saying, what I'm expressing, what I'm wanting, what I'm desiring. That should matter. I'm not talking about yesterday. We're talking about today. There's the lovers. They're at a crossroads with you, Aquarius. They're at a crossroads. They're like, I don't know about this. They're like, I'm trying. Yeah, like I said, it's the perfect example. Oh, for the example, it's like, oh, I kissed all my exes, and that's why you don't kiss me. Like, what? Something's not adding up. Something's not adding up. You're treating your present person out of reaction to a past you've not realized, healed, or even released yet. That's that same past mindset, perspective, or mentality. Oh, I don't show affection to my present person because I was so open and expressive with all my past people that I got burned and they hurt me. So now I treat my present person completely different than how I normally would. Before you wonder, before you know it, your present person's like, they never open up. They feel like there's a distance between the two of you that just keeps seemingly getting bigger and larger. And it's sort of like, what the fuck? Is this normal? And then when it's brought up in conversation, it's like, oh, but my past. And it's like, it sounds like you need healing. It sounds like there's some release that you need to do. There's an old life that needs to be put to rest. There's the truth. It's a pretty badass sword. Yeah, it's a pretty badass sword. Got the skull on there. By the sword. That's cool. I always thought it was cool when you hold a sword like that, it looks like a cross. Guardian. Let's get into that. And that's what I was kind of saying. It's getting to them, Aquarius. It's getting to them. I can understand that. Excuse me, coffee. Because they're not too sure exactly how to bring this up. There's no cross watcher. There's no easy way to bring this up. Like, hey, how come you don't fucking touch me? You touched all your exes. It's a little weird. Hey, how come you don't fucking talk to me? You talked to all your exes. It's a little weird. Hey, how come you don't show me affection? How come you don't give me presents? How come you get it? After a while, you get it. But then after a while, you don't get it. It's like, how long can you keep, singing that same song and doing that same dance? And when it comes up in the present, the reason or excuse is always about something from the past. It's time to move on and close that chapter for good. It's time to close that book for good and open up the book to the present and focus on moving forward. That's the thing. They're choosing to focus on the bright side. They're wanting to make the best out of the situation. They are. They're emphasizing that they are doing everything they possibly can to work on themselves, and they're also kind of questioning and wondering, "Are you Aquarius?" This is, of course, this is just from their perspective. They're, it's not me coming at you or nothing. It's just from their perspective. If you work on bettering yourself and empowering yourself day after day after day after day, what you realize is you start closing those doors to the past. And you step into a new being or a new person or a new energy. And that's what they're doing over here, is they're just like, I'm doing what I got to do for me. There's the sun. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, there's the Three of Swords, Aquarius. Yeah. Yeah, that's healing. That's healing, Crosswatcher. Yeah. Into the light, huh? Into the light. The truth shall set you free. Once again, if it comes up a conversation of like, hey, why doesn't this happen? Hey, how come you don't this? Hey, how come you don't that? It is what it is. That'll come up in conversation. It may be uncomfortable, but it's necessary. When you do this or when you don't do that, it makes me feel like this. Without that, I feel like this. With that, I feel like this. It means this to me. It means that to me. That means this to me. You get it. Yeah, very similar to Libra's reading, like I said, a week and a half ago to 2 weeks ago. There's something about you, Aquarius, that they're having a hard time kind of grasping or comprehending when it comes to how you can kind of show certain energies. It's almost like how come and why you can kind of present or show certain energies around them, but not to them. Like I said, it's one of those situations where, for another example, and to kind of close it with that, let's just say you're having a house party and you have a bunch of friends over and it's all laughing, it's all fun, jokes and giggles. It's all a good time. Everyone's kind of just, cutting up and letting loose. It's all great. But then when everyone leaves the party, the two of you are left with yourselves and they see a completely different side of like, where'd that energy go? Now it's different. It's almost kind of like reserved. And unfortunately, this energy without that they're presenting that you hold or you're capable of, Aquarius, is like you reserve it for situations or whatever away and from this, like from them. It's like, how come you're not all jokey and playful and giggly with me? But you'll do that. You'll host a party. You'll do that with all your friends. But with me, it's like it's missing or it's absent. It's like they know it's there. So they're kind of questioning, like, what the fuck? Why is there a side to you, Aquarius, that they don't get to experience? It's almost like it's being held to the side. And that's what they're trying to kind of process and deal with. So unfortunately, it's like there's a side or a part or a piece or an energy from you that they're yearning for. And it's not, they present also, it's not an energy of what they feel is missing. It's just, we're here to experience each other in every way possible. So why are you holding back? What's the reservations all about? Is what they're saying. What's the reservations all about? So we'll see where this one goes. Bye.